So today, it might look like it was all planned and prepared a long time ago and figured it out, but or not, but it was not. We just yesterday found out that their Salimi is sick and she's not able to sing. So Gary wrote into our messenger. Roman is leading. he will figure it out. A lot of trust. I hope he will be okay with this. And but I supposed to preach today only. But when I was preparing my sermon from John 12. We are still in the John, and the sermon name is "The King is Coming." It's the triumphal entry into Jerusalem. Jesus coming on a donkey, and everybody's waving with the palms, and everybody shouting these words: "Hosanna! Blessed is who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the King of Israel." And they shouting and screaming and excited. It was Passover time. Approximately 200,000 sheep were going into Jerusalem in the same time, like Jesus in the days, because of the sacrifice what was prepared. So this is, some historians said this number, over 200,000 sheep in those days were coming. So when Jesus was coming on the donkey, there was probably a lot of sheep going, but he was the lamb who will be sacrificed, who was sacrificed for us. And Jesus was coming on a donkey, and for us, for me, as a Slovak European, donkey is a really weird animal. I mean, it's not something I would sit on and drive into city. My friends would make jokes if I do that. And donkey is a small animal. You know, if Jesus was, I don't know how tall he was, but his legs was like hanging down. It's just a weird posture. Like if I imagine Jesus, and if donkey got a little scared of something and he just like a little bit faster, Jesus was like jumping. That's not how you imagine King will enter the city, and the King and Jesus, who is, King of King, and they were shouting Hosanna, blessed who comes in the name of the Lord, blessed is the King of Israel. And but for Jewish people, actually donkey was very significant animal. It was an animal for peacemaker. It was animal where the king was coming in the town in a peace, he would ride on a donkey. If he's coming in the war, he's driving on a horse. So Jesus how he entered the city, it makes sense, and he fulfilled the prophecy when it say that do not be afraid, daughter Zion. See, your king is coming, seated on a donkey's colt. This was a prophecy. So he was fulfilling a prophecy and coming in a significant animal, that he is a peacemaker. Still, these people, where most of the people heard about him, they knew about his miracles, they knew about what he did. Some of them gathered, as we reading John, and I will be not reading it, so I will be just speaking about it. So we are going through John 12, 19. And the people gathered because of Lazarus was raised from death. They were excited about it. And that word spread, and that's why they gather and Jesus is coming. That guy who resurrected Lazarus, he's coming in the town. So he might be the king. He was doing so much miracles, in Galilee, and people gather in Jerusalem. So they were excited. They were expecting a king who will destroy their enemies, who Romans was their enemies, the occupiers. They have high hopes for Jesus. And they saw all the significant symbols, that the donkey and other prophecies, and they were able to read, and some of them were, the Pharisees who tried to kill him, they can read. I have other paper in my bag with the 55 prophecies from Old Testament, what Jesus fulfilled. You don't want me to pick that up and read it. But still, their expectation was that Jesus will do something what they imagine. What were you thinking coming this Sunday? There will be loud music. You will be able to clap. Or about this time, we would have a fellowship and you will be able to get a coffee or something what I was expected that we will do. But kind of when we were figure these things out, and yesterday evening when we were talking with Barcha, and today when I came here, I was like, this is me thinking about Jesus, expecting the king, because I know the king is coming. But how many times I expect from Jesus that he will do something what I want, something what my plan was, something what I think he should do. And I totally overlooked all the signals and all the symbols and all the hidden messages he was giving me. But I was still going, okay, you will do this. Sometimes when we look back on Pharisees, we look at them as like, oh, we're not really smart. They were selfish and egoistic and self-centered. And if we are honest, we need to say that we are the same. We have knowledge, much more knowledge they have. We still have hard time to be quiet. Like Jonathan was saying, it's not easy just in the middle of the day to get quiet. My alarm is set up to pray for Somalis every 5 to noon and 5 to midnight. You don't know how many times I was too busy to pray. I was too busy for 5 minutes. Because it got into my plans. It got into my schedule. I don't know what Jesus you are expecting in your life, what you are celebrating when he's coming, what is the expectation you have? But sometimes the expectation are one of the biggest enemies in marriages, in relationships, and also with God. Because we have our own expectation plans. Again, I don't know about you guys, but I'm talking about me. Expectation of that, expectation like that's how he will figure it out, that's how he will heal me all my life. And God doing it with his sovereign God. His God we should fear, like we were praying. We should be fear of. If we are 2,000 years, if we're sitting here somewhere in Jerusalem, and we want to feel the presence of God, and God miraculously showed up, we would be either die or we will need to put our shoes down or something like. But through Jesus Christ we can enter the presence of God without being fear in a way, but we should still have the, I don't know if there's other way to say in English fear. In Slovakia we have this strange word called bázeň. Maybe reverence. Yeah, reverence and tremble. Yeah, thank you. Because I know we should not be fear of God, like He loved us so much. He loving us. But sometimes we taking so easy. We come up to church, we worship, we say prayers, but we talk and we receive stuff. God speak to us, and the gap is fulfilled with Jesus' sacrifice, but there is a huge gap. There's a huge difference between us and God. Sometimes with our expectation and what people in Jerusalem was thinking, like, oh, we figure out way. This is the Messiah. They knew He might be a Messiah. In these welcoming words, they were saying that they were using the messianic psalms for welcoming Jesus. It wasn't just random words, this Hosanna, blessed is who comes in the name of the Lord. It was the messianic, it was for Messiah. But their expectation for Him was that He will come and politically become a king. And they oversee all the other things. The way how Jesus come on donkey, and all He was doing and all He was speaking in the past 3 years or two and a half years. I want to encourage you to wait for the Lord. Expect from Him, because He's coming. The King is coming into your life, into your situation, into circumstances you didn't plan. The King is coming. But I want to also tell you that He will come in His way. It will be not your expectation. It will be not as you were planned your life. But that's good. It's a good news. Because His plans are higher. His plans are better for us. As in some weird situation, it might sound very strange. Some unexpected situation. But I trust Him. We should trust Him. Because His ways are better than ours. And this church wasn't as you were expected. We will have a fellowship, you can see. And maybe during that fellowship, just continue to share with one another. How was your week? How God did something what you didn't expect. Something you didn't plan. But He made it through. And give glory to God.